Morning, guys. Jeff with HKS Systems Lock and Safe. Hope you're doing well. Pretty cool little sunrise. I'm bright and early, 6 a.m. leaving to get to the job. We're going way out to Bannockburn, which is about 30 miles away from me, give or take. 30 miles away from me. It's for a good customer. Once again, told him, man, that's far. Gas is expensive. It ain't gonna be cheap. But he said, you know what? I know you know what you're doing. You do it right the first time. And I do it right exactly the way he wants. And I always make sure everything's up and running so he doesn't need to waste time. He's a local guy too. So he said if he calls somebody local and they mess it up, he's got to go back out there too. So he'd rather give me the money and save us both headache and money and time, because basically when he calls somebody else, he ends up getting something wrong. He's got to go out there and fix it. So we're heading over there. It's going to be about 20 master keys. We're getting there at 7 a.m. bright and early before the sun gets up and the heat gets going. And there's going to be I think it's like 20 rekeys, maybe 15, 20, somewhere in there. He wasn't sure, but yeah, unfortunately, it's a sectional keyway of Schlag. It's the F-Series keyway, which is sort of the oddball. No big deal. I did have to order those in. I could have jumped to the master and cut them on L's, but that's not always a good thing to do, so I didn't want to do that. Do it right. That's my theory on it. You know what? Do it right. He's not in a hurry. It's being built out. So I'm going to go out there and rekey on site, get his building master, decode it, put into Master King, and make a whole new master keying system. Give him a sectional master for the suite and the individual keys for each office. I guess there's like 20 offices and then 2 main doors. So either way, we'll get it done. We'll be checking in with you guys. Take care. Bye. So this is our work site today. Nice building, huh? What's up, suckers? So yeah, pretty cool. We'll be checking in. So here's what we got. Took all the locks out. I normally just do these right on site, but these ones, yeah, I'm in the middle of nowhere, so I'm going to go out and buy the truck. You see the old rig over there doing his thing, but it's a nice area. I could rekey anywhere I want. It's nice out today. It's about 75 and not sunny yet, so it's still pretty cool. So I'm going to coat cut and rekey in the truck, and maybe come over here when I get a chance and sit down and key over there. I could go key in the air-conditioned office as well, so plenty of choices. Alright, so we're getting our jobs all set and ready for next week. We've got 2 safe jobs already scheduled because it's the 4th on Monday. We're not going to be working, obviously. So it's going to be a shorter work week. And I'm basically on Tuesday morning, I'm going out to Sycamore, which is about 25 miles from where I'm at. And like I said, I don't typically go out that far, but after the first of the year, I said I'm lucky enough, I've been busy enough and profitable enough that I could sort of change and see what works and what doesn't. So after the first of the year, I decided I'm going to widen my radius of service and go wherever pays. You know, last week went out to Bannockburn, so I'm doing 25, 30 miles away sometimes. If it pays and it's a bigger job, I'm going to take it. I do tell the people up front what it's going to be before I go out, so there's no issues of me getting there and then thinking that, oh boy, the guy lied to me or something. I 100% quote it before I ever even turn the car on. So I'm going out to do that. That's a Mosler teller system that was taken out of an old bank, and they'd been using this for a cash register, and somebody locked it and then spun the dial and locked it. Never had a combination, so that was literally their own fault. They should have known that somebody was going to sooner or later spin that dial. That's just what people do, you know. You see things like that on a door or a button, people push it. It's just what people do. I can't explain it, but it happens all the time. People can put tape around the dial and say don't spin it or don't touch the dial. It'll eventually get bumped, or somebody will just get the hankering of pulling it off and spinning it, and that's it. Game's over at that point. Door's locked, door's shut. Safe lock is doing what it's designed to do. So we're going out there to take care of that. We have another safe across the other side of the town to go work on next week too. It's been sitting in the basement forever. It's an old antique Moser. I'll post a picture of that. I probably, I don't typically shoot pictures of me drilling or anything, just because it is sort of a security thing. So I don't do that, but I do show you at least the models I work on, some of the ways to figure out what brands they are, and then the actual opening and repair and inside specs of some things if there's chance. So we'll be in touch. Take care, guys. Bye. Morning, guys. Jeff with HKS Systems Lock and Safe. Hope everybody's doing well today. So today is Friday, July 1st is the day I'm taping this. May come out at a later date. Today we got a nice easy day. So we're doing about a half day today. We're going to go to the Richie Rich section of town, which is way on it's basically considered Barrington. Barrington's a pretty affluent area. A person just bought a house, just going there to rekey. I was just one of my tenants that I actually do commercial work for. As you know, I don't do much residential, but I still will take care of those good customers that I've had throughout the years, and this is one of them. She actually works for the church in the area, so I do a lot of work there. So she asked me, because I do good work with her there, that if I could just come and rekey her house. So yeah, not a big money maker, but that's fine, going out there. And then I have another residential / business. It's for a realtor. I have to go rekey their house in Crystal Lake. So it'll be traveling back and forth. And then I'm going to meet my locksmith buddy. He's technically a competition, but he's a good guy. So I always like to hang out with him. We have a lot in common. A little bit older. He's been in the trade probably as long as I have, but he's been running his own business since day one. He bought a company and's been doing it. He specializes more in car and house lockouts, and definitely more of the residential guy. He does commercial. I've got him into commercial, which I don't know why. My wife says that too. Why you training the guy to be a competition? I said, I don't know, but that's just me. I try to share the knowledge of what I have. I've trained him, and he's sold actually a couple big accounts for the alarm lock systems to some of the fire departments around here. So he's about 10 years older than I am, so I figure he'll be retiring in the next 5 years probably. So I guess that's good and bad. You know what? He's going to put the systems in. He's going to have somebody service them eventually, and that's probably going to be me. So I guess I did train him to be a competition of what I do, but in the same sense, A, I could do it cheaper and better, and then B, he's not going to be in the game forever, so he'll be probably retiring in the next 5 years. Got a lot going on in his life. I don't want to bore you with that, but nice guy either way. I'm just going there to rekey, or actually to cut keys for him for his RV. Got a nice RV, but he doesn't have any key blanks. And instead of buying a pack of 10 of them, I said, yeah, I'll just stop buying, duplicate them. I got them. Don't ask me why, because I don't do automotive either, but I still have RV. I do RV quite a bit. I'll make keys for those just because nobody else in the area does that. So it's a niche. I was doing motorcycles and RVs, and then I just got sick of even doing the motorcycles. So RVs, I'll come and make the keys, open them, rekey them, whatever you got to do, I'll do that. Other than that, I don't do any automotive, won't do more motorcycles or ATVs or anything anymore. So that's somebody else's deal. So we'll be back. I'll catch up with you guys a little bit later. Like I said, I'm on my way to the first job. Should be there in probably about 20 minutes. All right, guys, I think I'm on to start a new series, Storytime with Jeffro. I always get called Jeffro, like Jethro. But anyways, yeah, so story time. When I get these countryside jobs, I get sort of bored driving. I listen to music. I love music, obviously, as if you've seen all my guitar collections and stuff. But so yeah, maybe I get a little time to tell a story or two. All right, well, I got tons of stories. I've been in the trade almost 30 years now. So, yeah, I got a lot of stories. So let's start off with the one about the where I used to work, which I worked there for 20 years. Got a call for a car lockout, literally right down the street. Guy says to me, well, he actually told my dispatcher, and I verified because I was listening at the same time, that I'm locked inside the car. All right, well, you know what? It literally was a quarter mile away from the shop, in a subdivision right next to the shop. So I was like, you know what? I'll go there and check it out. It sounds like silly, but okay, I'll bite. Let's go. Give him the price. I'll go. I get there. There's a guy sitting in the car. It was a Buick Riviera. Sitting in the car, older guy. And this was right when cell phones were getting a little more popular, but he obviously didn't have one. So I ended up getting him out, and it dawned on me, like, hey, how did you call me? Okay, the whole story was he was pulling out, and this, I guess, Riviera has no mechanical locks, which seemed strange to me, like no buttons to pull up. Everything was electronic push buttons. Started backing out. I guess this is the second time it happened. Started backing out, and literally the car just dies. Boom. Blows the whole fuse box. No power, no nothing. Can't even put it back into park at this point. Just dies. Apparently this has happened a couple times, but the downside is there was no mechanical way to get out of the door then, because the door was locked. You needed power, which seems really fucking dangerous to me. Pardon my French, but seems really dangerous to me. But that's what it was. So yeah, I open it up, get him out. Very thankful, pays me. And so I was just talking to him, like I'd never seen that. That's crazy. And he says it's actually happened twice. He's like, I'm going to trade this thing in today when I get back from service for it, and it's fixed. I'm going to trade it in. Don't want to deal with that. Don't blame you. So I said, I noticed that you didn't have a cell phone. How were you, how'd you get a hold of me? Because it was a lady's voice. He says, that was my wife. He said, the only thing that worked in the car was luckily my standalone overhead door transmitter that I've been running that thing up and down for the last 20 minutes. Finally, she comes out and says to me, would you knock it off, you jackass? You're driving me crazy. And then he's waving to her, hey, call somebody to help me. I can't get out of the car. And they only had one set of keys, so they were obviously inside the car in the ignition. Couldn't turn the ignition off for whatever reason because he couldn't put it in the park. And long story short, I got him out, no problems. But yeah, it just seemed like maybe that was a little bit far-fetched. But no, that was the true story that, yeah, the guy got stuck in the car. And I at first I thought maybe it was going to be a weird trunk situation or something, but no, it was him sitting in the front seat. Power just died. Everything went blank on him. Couldn't get out. So you never know. That's one of the stories. I'll probably I got tons of them. But yeah, we'll end up next time I get a countryside job. I'm sure I'll do one for you. All right, guys, take care. I'm heading into Rockford. See you later.